How the fuck do I? Hey,
Up.
how long were you waiting?
What did I text you?
Probably could have looked, huh?
Only 5 minutes. That's not that bad.
I had to give the dogs some peanut butter. They're doing some peanut butter stuff over there just so they
What?
can.
What were they doing beforehand? Just not peanut butter stuff.
Well, they were both on my bed just looking at each other. So I figured I'd feed them peanut
It was
butter.
getting romantical.
Yeah, so romantical. How have you been?
I've been fine. School is school, but
Well, drop out.
yeah,
You can
that's
finish your
true.
final quarter in 20 years.
That's a good
All
strategy. My two
right.
left.
Is there anything specifically you want to talk about today? Because I have an idea.
Sure.
But if there's something that you wanted to
I don't.
cover,
I don't.
we
I
can do
didn't have
that.
any specific ideas.
Okay. This is the start of the podcast right now.
Oh,
Yeah, it's gonna be
well,
good. This is a good one. Should I do the theme song again?
you should if you remember it.
I had to edit it, so I did remember it. Rand and Rhys in the morning. What are they doing? Nothing boring. Ooh, yeah. We're gonna need a better theme song than that.
Why? I think it's perfect.
I think it is perfect, actually. Do you have
Yeah.
a rain today, Mr.
I
Christopher?
don't. I just have a monster because I didn't have to physically go to campus today, so
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't
fair enough.
get one.
All right. Before we start, do you have any Rista for you page updates that you want to go through?
Let me think. I feel like they've been mainly the same memes. There's a
You
lot of
sent me that
Hunger
community
Game.
one. That was pretty good.
Yeah, there's a lot of Hunger Game stuff because of the new movie,
Yeah.
and a lot of people are apparently doing really bad not memes, really bad theories about them,
Oh, I
like
saw
that are
one that was
incredibly
like,
obvious and
you've
stuff.
probably seen it, but it's like a theory for President Snow is probably the same person as Coriolanus Snow or whatever.
Yeah.
Are you going to see that movie?
Eventually, it looks good, and I've heard good things about it.
Apparently, it's
I
good,
have
but
no
way
desire
too
to
long.
physically go to the theaters right now.
Yeah, it's not worth it. I mean,
How
go
long
for
is
a
it?
better movie, like 3 hours long.
Oh my God.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? It's longer than Napoleon.
And Napoleon is apparently really bad, right? Or it got
I've
better.
not heard good things. I mean, I don't know. I haven't looked into it too much, but it's not getting reviewed too well. Okay.
Dang.
Speaking of Napoleon, this is a
Wow.
question and answer thing that we're going to do to start the topic for today. But
Okay.
what is the best movie of the year?
That came out this year?
Yeah, that you've seen.
Across the Spider-Verse, I think.
Okay, pick another one.
Does it have to be? I don't think I've seen that many new movies.
I'm fishing for one specifically. Pick another one. What's the second best one you've seen? That's the best movie.
Guardians?
Okay, pick another one.
Am I forgetting a movie?
Yes. So I mean, I don't know. You may not put it as high as I do, but all right, what's another one?
Okay, let me think. Let me think. Let me pull up my
No, you
Five Nights
got
at
this.
Freddy's.
No, pick another one. You can do this. You don't need to look.
Did we see it together?
Yes, we were in the theaters together. We
Oh,
didn't sit near each other because of how awkward it would be. That's not true. That part, ignore that
okay,
part.
I was gonna say. Oh my God, I can't think of any non-superhero
Okay,
movie
let me
I've seen this
think.
year.
I
Are you
don't,
sure it
it
was
might,
this year?
yes, it came out on my birthday. Wait, should I say that? No, people can know when my birthday is.
You could be lying too. We have no idea.
Yeah, there's no way to know. Okay, pick the best movie of the
I
year.
got this. Let me think.
Okay, I was gonna give a hint, but it was just gonna tell you what it is, the hint. How are you forgetting this?
Uh, I
We're gonna
don't
lose all of our
know.
listeners.
It's been a long year, okay?
No, it's
No,
not. It's been as long as
no,
all the
it's
years have been. It's been the exact
gone by
same length
incredibly
as all the
fast.
years.
That's not true.
Okay, you're right. Some years have been shorter.
Some have been longer, right? Or is this isn't a leap year, right?
I don't know. That's not what the point of this is. Let me think of a hint that won't give it away.
Barbie?
Yes, thank God you did it.
I don't know. I forgot about Barbenheimer. My
How did
gosh.
you forget about Barbie? Where'd you put
I,
that in terms of? I think
it's
after it
pretty
came
tough. It
out,
was
we
a good
talked about
movie.
it. I'd
Very
say
good movie.
that is probably tied with Spider-Verse for my favorite slash best movie of the year.
I think Spider-Verse demolishes every movie I've seen this year. That
Well, you
well,
haven't
new
seen
movie.
Napoleon yet. Wait, have you watched a movie better than Spider-Verse that didn't come out this year?
Yeah.
That's better than Spider-Verse? What is it?
I watched La La Land.
Oh, okay. So
It
think
wasn't
about
a
La
new
La
watch,
Land. Do you want to
but
hear
La La
so
Land,
you
Whiplash. I watched that soon
think those are better
recently.
than Spider-Verse?
I think La La Land is
Oh, you've heard it here first, folks. You'll say what no one else will.
controversial.
You'll say anything. Okay, so Barbie came out. Everyone loved it. It was a cultural phenomenon, right? Do you agree with that statement?
hmm
Made like
I
a
would agree with that statement.
it might be the highest grossing movie of the year. I'm not going to look though. Let's just say it is because I
I'm
already
gonna
have
look
something
it up.
pulled up. Okay, you look it up. That's true. We have two people here. Anyway,
Yeah, I can
so
do stuff.
Mattel, the toy company that Barbie is a part of, is going to make 45 movies, not Barbie movies, just about the Mattel toy box.
They chose 45.
45. Only a few of them have been released. I think 13 have been like they've officially confirmed, but apparently they have 45 in development. And you and I are going to go through them, and we're going to try to think of a way these could work. Because spoiler alert, most of them are not good. They're not conducive to movies at all.
No, I don't think Mattel understands that it wasn't like, oh, Barbie, let's go see Barbie. It was,
oh yeah, it is not
the director, the cast, it was all that stuff, not the toy.
I have a quote here. This is an article from the New Yorker about this whole Mattel going crazy situation. But
okay.
So Greta Gerwig wrote the movie with Noah Baumbach. They've been together for a while. They're both directors, both writers. They've worked together. So they had freedom on this movie. They could have done what they wanted. Obviously, the studio could have been like, no, we're not going to make Barbie a killer. It's not going to be a serial killer movie.
Yeah.
But apparently, hold on. Where's the quote? There it is.
I'd watch John Wick Barbie. That'd be cool.
Barbie Wick.
Yeah, Barbie Wick.
Barbie
Wick. And Ken. Just her, Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling.
Honestly, I'd watch that too. Anything with those two, it's written by Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach, I'd watch. But so when they turned in the script, the Mattel and Warner Brothers wanted to see like a preview of the script's contents, and the couple was like, well, we need the freedom to experiment. So an agent who represents Gerwig and Noah Baumbach said to the studio, are you crazy? You should have come into this office and thanked me when Greta and Noah showed up to write a fucking Barbie movie, which is true.
Yeah.
Like if that movie was written by not anyone else, but someone else, someone who is not as talented as those two, Oscar nominated winning. I think they might have, no idea if they've won any awards, but yeah, they should have been like, well, thank you for coming to do this stupid thing. That shouldn't have worked, but it did, you know? Did you find out what the box office was?
Yeah, it's Barbie. I closed it.
It is the highest grossing movie of the year.
It's highest grossing at $1,400,000,000.
That's not bad at all. I mean, it's way better than it should have been.
Super Mario Bros. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. But I mean, I remember this movie's been in development for like a decade probably, and then in the teens, the 2010s through the 19 or whatever, they were gonna do. The rumor was they were gonna have Amy Schumer in it playing a heavier Barbie, and the whole thing was gonna be about Amy Schumer being a plus size Barbie, and then like how does she fit into that world, which would have been theoretically okay, like that would have been good, but I don't think anyone was attached to write or direct it that was to the caliber of these two.
Yeah, and I know Amy Schumer isn't a beloved actress.
No, people hate her. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I mean, I know she.
I think it's because they don't find her funny.
Yeah, apparently she steals jokes. I don't know if that's true or not, but I have seen TikToks and clips of like her doing a joke, and then it says like, "Oh, this was in 2015." And then it cuts to John Mulaney in like 2004 doing the exact same joke.
I mean, that probably happens. Fair enough. And I know, like, I don't personally find her funny, but there are a lot of comedians who make a lot of movies that I don't find funny. So
have you seen Trainwreck? Did you watch Trainwreck? I like that one. She's in it. Bill Hader's in it. LeBron James is in it.
I've realized I like Bill Hader a lot after Barry.
Yeah, well, why don't you marry him?
Ooh, you say that like it was a burn. This is an open invitation, Bill Hader.
Have you heard Vin Diesel do that? The ooh thing? It's my favorite. Before Fast X started production, he posted a video of him and the director at the time, Jeremy Lin, I think. And Vin Diesel was like, is this going to be the best? Can I cut that part out? Who was it then?
The basketball player?
Okay, hold on.
It could also,
yes,
they could have the same name.
No, it's not. Hold on, I got this. Fast and F9. Justin Lin. Thank Christ that I didn't make that mistake. I just want to see if you'd catch me up on it. But Justin Lin left the project like immediately after this video came out, but it's him asking Justin Lin, is this the best movie ever made? And then Justin Lin is like, we're going to try to make it okay. And then Vin Diesel goes, ooh. And I love that.
I want to see that now.
I'll send it to you later. Or I'll just put that. It'll be the only video part of this podcast. But
it'll be our entire thing.
Okay, so let's go through some of these. Let's go through some of these movies that Mattel has greenlit. So a few of them like already have directors or creatives involved or attached to the project, like Daniel Kaluuya. Are you familiar with him?
I recognize the name.
He's in Nope. He's the main. I don't know if I've seen that movie.
Yeah.
I think he's the main character, or him and his sister maybe. He's gonna make a movie about Barney, the purple dinosaur.
Barney, at least that makes sense as a movie.
Like that can be. Apparently, it's gonna be like a horror movie.
Well, Barney's terrifying.
Yeah, but like I feel like the company shouldn't have greenlit that. But I guess why not? Who cares? They don't know. We don't care about Barney.
Well, there's the whole like notorious thing around the Barney person like having a gun or something.
What?
I don't know if you remember this. Yeah.
No.
And maybe I was just straight up lied to when I was a child, but apparently that happened or
Did
something.
I tell you this?
I don't know. Did you?
We were children together. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. So I want to say that gave Barney like like a huge negative whatever the word would be. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
I'm
negative,
very elegant.
eloquent.
Connotation.
Eloquent.
No, a negative
damn
connotation
fool.
around him. And now I can't think of him as like a childhood character.
I mean, it's gonna have Kaluuya has stated that he intends the film to be surrealistic and made for millennials with a style similar to A24's independent and highly original productions. So that sounds good. It's not gonna be good. It might be good, I don't know. But like,
it sounds good.
if you're gonna make
Nothing.
a Barney movie, that's kind of the way to do it. However, there is another movie that is just this. I don't remember what it's called, but it's about like a Barney style character, and it's like a horror movie or something. I don't know.
Is Winnie the Pooh?
No, it's not
horror movie
that.
came
It's
out a
called like
couple years
Welcome
ago.
to Marwin, but it's not that movie. Remember that movie?
No.
Me neither. I don't even know if it's real.
No,
All right. Oh, go ahead.
I want them to remake Terrifier 2.
Oh, with
just
Barney?
with Barney. Yeah.
That'd be good. I'd like that.
Very interesting.
So I do know I don't know if this is Mattel, but someone is they're trying to make a Nerf movie.
Okay.
You know Nerf?
I do know Nerf.
And apparently the initial pitch, which was rejected, I can't remember who did this, but you can find it online. I'll maybe put a link to it if I can find it. But they were going to make like a John Wick style movie or like a high caliber action movie, but everyone's using Nerf guns, but no one acknowledges it the entire time.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is great because that's how kids play Nerf, you know? Like you don't get shot with a Nerf gun and be like, it's foam. That didn't happen. Like it's just how kids play the game. Yeah. Some asshole
some
children.
Kids are annoying like that.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be cool. Like the one set piece in Barbie where they're like all out war, you know, and then they can burst into song. Just have that be the entire movie, you know, like Braveheart, but with
Nerf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that'd be great. That's a great idea.
Thank you. I didn't come up with it, but no one knows that because I can't find the link, even though I haven't looked yet. So they want to make a Hot Wheels movie.
That one also makes sense, I guess.
Does it?
Fast and Furious is pretty popular.
Yeah, so, but like what do Hot Wheels have? They're just cars.
I know they made not the reality TV show, the game show recently about
what
it.
What do they do?
They like
just build tracks?
They like pitch their idea for a car and then they'll actually make the car, like a big car that they can drive. And then if it's good enough, it will be made into a Hot Wheel or something. It was very boring.
Doesn't sound good at all.
Someone turns their car into something they can use as a skate park. So like you could pull something down and use it to skate on.
What?
Like it was pretty cool. And then they lost. They didn't win the challenge.
Well, that doesn't sound like it'd make a good movie though. J.J. Abrams is making this, which is
just going to make a Star Wars movie, but with Hot Wheels.
He might. I don't know. Hold on. There's a quote from J.J. Abrams about this. Basically, he doesn't know what to do, and he had to put a quote out to be like, "Oh, this is what we're doing." And it's like emotional, grounded, gritty. It's going to start a franchise. It's going to have a massive influence of car culture. Like, no, there's no specifics there.
Those are just buzzwords, yeah.
Yeah, so how could we make a Hot Wheels movie?
I have a lot of Hot Wheels, so...
Okay,
that's
go
it.
on.
We just go... we have a video of me just walking through my Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels, if they're just real cars doing shit, that's just a driving movie. And only one of those franchises works. Like, the Fast and Furious, for some reason, kind of works. But, like, Need for Speed didn't get off the ground. Ford versus Ferrari isn't about Hot Wheels, but I guess they could just make up. So I don't know what this is supposed to be. It sounds bad.
It should make like a Princess Bride or, sadly, like a G.I. Jeff episode.
Yeah.
Not episode, but a movie where it's clearly like it's kids playing with Hot Wheels again because they're toys. You have to have that in some way, shape, or form.
Right.
And so then it'll like cut to like Drive with Ryan Gosling. It's just some really intense.
Have you seen Drive?
Stuff, and then it cuts back to them just like smashing two cars together.
Oh god,
I've not. I really want to watch it.
It's great. I really like Drive. My internet connection is unstable. Or is that your internet connection?
I don't know, but you keep cutting in and out, so I'm gonna say
so do you. Hopefully this audio's okay.
Oh, well then never mind.
Oh shit. Hold on.
I don't know, man.
Let me switch over. I might lose you for a second. Okay. This might be better. I don't know.
I couldn't tell you. Let me know if I continue. But yeah, I watched a video yesterday. I don't know if you know Friendly Space Ninja. I think that's his YouTube name.
But it's a great name.
Yeah. No, he's a really cool YouTuber. And this is completely unrelated, but his very first YouTube video was about Emily in Paris and about how it's racist.
Is it?
I haven't watched it.
Me neither. Do you know that's Phil Collins' daughter?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Lily Collins.
Interesting. But he immediately got it's the most viewed video, and that was his first video ever. Wow. And he immediately got like a huge fan base, and I'm like, that's impressive. But I was watching a video of his talking about really good adaptations from books where the movie was or not necessarily just books, but where the movie was better.
Yeah.
And Drive was his number one.
That's based on a book?
Apparently.
Oh, because I would have said like American Psycho, Jaws, Jurassic Park maybe.
He brought a couple of those up. He talked about Drive was his first, The Boys, obviously.
Yeah, that's way better.
Yeah, just a lot of stuff like that. But I was surprised because I didn't know it was from a book either. I thought it was just like a random Ryan Gosling movie. But
yeah, I thought that was
sounds really good.
It is good. Speaking of Lily Collins and Emily in Paris fame, Polly Pocket. Lena Dunham is writing and directing. Lily Collins is set to produce and star. So this is just Barbie again, right?
In what?
Polly Pocket. Remember Polly Pocket?
Polly Pocket. Okay.
Yeah. What did I say?
I think you said that. I just misheard you as Polly Pocket, and I was like, who
Polly
the hell is Polly Pocket?
Like, this is just gonna be like discount Barbie.
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be animated. I don't know. But
I mean, all of these probably should be animated.
Not Barney. That should be real live action. Or he's the only live action character in a world of cartoon people.
Have they made a horror movie thing where it's like the creatures? Well, I guess that's just CGI. I was gonna say the creatures just animated. Like, who's Roger Rabbit? And just going around killing people.
We could make a horror movie about that because like there's toon logic. So like if like Bugs Bunny showed up in our world and if he stuck to his own logic, he would destroy everything and everyone.
Oh, that's good. He doesn't understand what's going on, so he keeps killing people.
Yeah, and like because he thinks like, oh, if you drop a piano on someone, they'll pop out and then like they'll stick out their tongue and it's just like piano keys. But in our world, that kills people.
Yeah, so it's like Ella Enchanted. What is that one with the princess? I think that's a random TV show I just mentioned. But
Ella Enchanted's a movie. Is that
is it? Is it the one with Amy Adams?
No, that one's just called Enchanted, I think. Ella Enchanted is with Anne Hathaway, maybe, or I have it mixed up. But go on.
Okay, but that movie with Amy Adams where she's a princess and comes to the real world, we'll have that.
It's a horror movie.
Yeah, but it's a horror movie that everyone it's like meant to be just another cliche style like that with someone like Bugs Bunny, and then they like will casually drop the piano and it's like you see the blood like smushing out.
Yeah, but he just keeps going.
Yeah, and then everyone just stares at him and it's like, oh shit.
You cut to like war rooms where it's like the government is like, what do we do? He's taking out the entire East Coast.
We need to bring in LeBron
40
James.
Minutes. Yeah, I want to see him get crushed by a piano by Bugs Bunny. Have you seen that movie?
No.
It's terrible. Okay, next one. I will be shocked if you know who. Actually, you might know who this is because we'll get to it. But Major Matt Mason. Are you familiar with this toy?
I know the singer Matt Mason.
Oh, he's a great singer. I like him.
Yeah, but I don't know this toy. No.
Major Matt Mason is apparently one of the inspirations for Buzz Lightyear.
Oh, interesting.
And they're going to make a movie about it. Apparently, Tom Hanks was supposed to be an original or in this movie in 2011, but they pushed it on hold. So now they're going to make it. That'd be fun, I guess. Tom Hanks is Buzz Lightyear, even though Tom Hanks is Woody.
I feel like.
But did you see Lightyear? That movie that no one saw and no one liked?
Nope.
So I think it would just be that again. But I don't know if that's going to be. I guess just make a space movie. That's how you do Major Matt Mason.
Yeah, people love
Doesn't
space.
have to be related to a toy at all. I guess maybe if we had to force in the toy aspect, it's a sentient toy that we're sending to space because it can't die. So instead of sending a human or like a monkey, we send a toy. Wouldn't be good though.
I think that works. For all of these movies, as long as they're aware of what they are, they can handle it well.
Yeah, I feel like anything can work. Mm-hmm. Like if you would have asked me, if you would have told me that I would love Barbie as much as I did, 5 years ago, I probably would have been like, how? What happened there? How did that? Who made it? But like if you get a director or a writer who has an idea and let them do their idea, it'll probably be good. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I don't know anything about
Come on, studios.
Also, Major Matt Mason is not like a brand recognizable draw.
It's not a big enough IP.
Yeah, like maybe I don't even know when this toy was a toy or if they still make Major Matt Mason dolls. But like maybe like older people will be like, oh, I remember that. But do they want to see a movie? Yeah, maybe.
Probably. They have free time.
All right, the next one. Speaking of Fast and Furious and Jeremy Lin, the basketballer, Vin Diesel. Oh my God! Did you know what? Do you know what Vin Diesel's production company name is?
Is it really bad? Is that why you're shocked?
Yeah, it's One Race Films. Vin Diesel.
You've been in other films, man. Come on.
You're a knob. You're an egg boy.
You're an egg boy.
He's gonna make a movie about Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
That's just Real Steel.
I was gonna say it's just Real Steel. I love that's. If I had to pick, like, I don't believe in guilty pleasure movies. Just like whatever you like. But if I had to pick like a few of them, I'd probably pick Real Steel. I like that movie. But yeah, they've already done Rock'em Sock'em Robots. But apparently, what they're gonna do is make it a sci-fi movie that involves a massive war machine character. What does that mean?
War machine, like so Pacific Rim, or like war machine, like they just have Iron Man's buddy.
I don't know. Like War Machine is a term outside of Don Cheadle, but like
I don't believe that.
How would you make a Rock'em Sock'em Robot movie?
I genuinely can't think of anything besides Real Steel, so I feel bad because I don't want to just be like constantly bringing it up. But
I would make a movie about AI, and AI gets to the point where we can put it into robots, and to get money, people start doing a thing where they take the best boxers and then they make them fight a robot, but then the robots just kill the boxers because they're robots, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And then they end up like, oh, we should just have robots fight robots. And then Vin Diesel shows up and he's the only one that can beat the robots because he likes to make movies where he's unstoppable.
Yeah.
One race film. God damn.
Oh, I didn't even make the connection of how bad that sounds.
Yeah. I mean,
until now.
the drag racing competition in the Fast and Furious movie is called Race Wars. So I don't know if Vin Diesel knows about this, but
Vin Diesel doesn't see color. So we're good.
Vin Diesel doesn't see anything but himself.
Yeah.
Okay, now this one is what made me want to do this video because it's fascinating. It's
let me guess. Is it Uno?
It is. Have you heard about this?
I have heard about it.
What do you know about it?
That's it. I'm just aware they were making it, and I was like, I only know two things that Mattel made up until we started talking about this, and that was Barbie and Uno.
Yeah, for Uno, this is their idea, apparently. It's expected to take place in the notorious hip-hop scene in Atlanta, which is likely to attract other rappers and entertainers to the Uno project.
Okay.
How are they getting to hip-hop?
Well, obviously, because Uno.
What are you doing, Winston? Sorry, hold on.
Okay.
You started chewing on a book.
Which book?
I don't know, but there's no toys back there. Go get your peanut butter ball, dude. I also have heard, I think initially the plan was to do like a heist movie, a heist comedy, or like an action heist.
Okay.
Which, like, I guess, like, make it, what's that movie called? I almost said Magic Mike. What's that magic movie?
Oh, Now You Can See Me?
You see me? Yeah. Like, make it, because they're always using cards for some reason. There's that one scene where Lizzie Kaplan takes her shirt off. I don't know if that's actually true.
I'm sure it is.
And like she has like a playing card, and they put like a microchip on the playing card, and they're like throwing it around the vault.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I guess make that, but it's Uno. How did they get to the notorious hip hop scene in Atlanta? Do you think they just saw Atlanta?
I think so.
And they're like, "What? Well, we want to do this, but what do we have that could fit this?" And they're like, "Uno, I guess."
I think they just want Donald Glover to help them, and they're like,
he'd make. I don't
do this.
I don't know if anyone can think of a good Uno movie, but Donald Glover might be able to.
The only thing I could even possibly think of for it is something closer to like Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, I guess.
Like I've never watched Yu-Gi-Oh, so I don't actually know how the card duels work. But at least that's like it's just people going around dueling each other.
Maybe it's like a post-apocalyptic dystopian world, not post-op, just dystopian. And Uno, an AI is there again, but Uno is there too. I'm butchering this. Need more caffeine. I'm on my third rain today.
It is not even 2. Stop that.
Did you know that every time I go, not every time, the people at the gas station I go to know me.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, I'd say once a month, they tell me they're worried about me.
Yeah.
And I always respond with, yeah, but I'm tall. And they're like, oh, that makes sense then. No, it doesn't.
Like you can handle more in general, but you still have a limit, and you are definitely surpassing it.
No, I'm not. I'm definitely below it. Once I finish this, I'll stop until like 4.
No.
Okay, so Uno could be like a dystopian world where Uno cards are the currency.
Okay.
And so you give people a +5. Maybe they're a rare breed and they have a power. So like they're cards that actually do what they have on them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm changing ideas mid thought here, but it's actually a Dragon Ball movie where you have to collect the Uno cards and then you can use it to control the world. Like I can go to the president and be like, give me the Oval Office. And he'll be like, no. And I'll put the reverse card on him and he'll say yes. And then I have the Oval Office.
That'd be funny because I know the reverse Uno card was a meme for a while, so it'd be good to like implement that.
But also that's the only one that really works in my scenario. Like what does a 5 do, or like a blue 3?
I have no idea.
Me neither. It's gonna be.
We can make this like
weird.
a horror movie as well, where it's a group of friends starting to play Uno.
So it's Jumanji, but it's a horror movie with Uno. Okay,
yeah,
I mean that's
they're playing
better
Uno,
than.
and I can't think of anything, but like outside of if they lose, they die. But that's not cool enough. So there needs to be something.
I don't know. Maybe it's like a bunch of gods playing Uno together. But when they play a card, it actually like they're actually gambling and playing with humanity's lives. So like if they put the +5, that means +5 people get to be born. I don't know.
I think it'd be funny if we're just on Earth watching a bunch of like tragic stuff happening, and then we just like pan up and it's just gods playing Uno.
Like I've actually I had an idea when I was much dumber and more collegiate, you know, like my ideas were very kind of stereotypical, but I was like, what if it's like gods playing a poker game and all they care about is winning money, but the game itself is that they're gambling on humanity. How profound is that? And I wrote it down and then I've never gone back to it. All right, well this one genuinely could be like a horror movie, The Magic 8 Ball.
I'd like that. I agree with you. That could work well.
Apparently Blumhouse was rumored to be attached at some point, but they have distanced themselves from that claim. So I don't think they asked Blumhouse. Mattel might have just said like Blumhouse, and they're like, no. They've been trying to make a Magic 8-Ball movie for decades, which is weird because you could make this.
Yeah, you could definitely make it. And there's one person that I want in charge of it.
If you say Mike Flanagan, I'm going to say, yeah, you're right.
That I would watch anything that man makes.
What if
I was going to say
porn?
I would watch anything that man makes.
Okay. Or if he makes a Sony Spider-Man, a Spum movie, but it's
I would
Morbius too.
Probably. Well, he already made a vampire movie or show that was phenomenal. I could trust him to fix Morbius.
Fine. He doesn't get to make a Morbius movie then. He gets to make a... So when the Sony hat came out in like 2015, it was revealed that they had been trying to figure out how to make a Aunt May, but she's a super spy movie. So that's what Mike Flanagan's going to make. Would you watch that? Actually, I would. I'd watch that movie just on principle.
No, but I want them to put Ryan Higa in charge. I would.
I forgot about him.
Yeah, I think he would handle it well because I always made very weird like trailers and stuff, and it'd be so cheesy, but he would handle it and know what it is, and just it'd be great.
Okay, well, we'll see. I'll email him. I'll see if he's down.
Yeah, maybe he'll make.
We're both YouTubers.
Collab with us.
Yeah,
come out of retirement,
dude. Oh, you want to hear what Dad said about us yesterday?
Oh, I would love to.
He texted me and was like, "You and Rhys are starting to find a rhythm," which is true. Yes. I said on YouTube, and he went, "Yep." And I was like, "Yeah, he's keeping me more focused with an actual recording schedule. I'll give him most of the credit." Dad said, "I see mostly." Dad said, "I see mostly you, but he adds a light flavor. Funny. At times you remind me of Teen Titans." And I was like, that is the best compliment we've ever received.
Of like the show Teen Titans?
Yeah. I think because we're just...
a huge compliment.
Yeah. And then he said, "You are giving Marvel a look into the male reader's mind," which is less of a compliment. But it's true.
That. But yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I wanted to respond, but I'd be like, yeah, that's kind of a saturated thing.
Market, yeah. It's so nice of him, though. I'm glad he appreciates it.
Yeah, he loves our stuff. He doesn't actually watch the videos. He just watches the shorts because he doesn't have time.
I mean, they're pretty long.
Not really. The most recent ones are like 10 minutes long each, which is longer than a 1 minute long video. Yeah. I'll say it. I'm pretty sure that's true too.
I think it depends on the 1 minute long video.
Yeah. All right. So next they want to make an American Girl movie, which again would just be Barbie again. And also, haven't they done that?
Why do all of these work as horror movies? I guess just toys are just terrifying.
That's a good point. This next one, that does work as a horror movie. It might only work as a horror movie.
People hate dolls.
That's true.
They're spooky.
I guarantee this one won't be a horror movie. Yeah, there's no official announcement of any writer or director attached, although the screenplay is rumored to be in development. No, it's not. It's not.
I'll write it. Pay me money.
Do you know what Viewmaster is?
Viewmaster.
Do you remember like Viewmaster?
A very weird superhero name. Not even a superhero name. It's like a evil villain that can see everything.
It's the name of Mike Flanagan's porn that he's gonna make.
Then yeah, I'd watch it.
I mean, I would too. It'd be fascinating.
Well, I mean, have you seen the cast he always uses?
I know his wife. Who else does he use?
The one girl from Gerald's Game. I forgot her name. You know her. You know who she is.
Yeah, I forgot her name though. I remembered in one video. So just go back to
that video. We've talked about it previously.
Yeah, she's in Carla Gugino. I did it.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah. So Viewmaster is I definitely think you'd remember what it is. It's one of those things where it's like a VR goggle, but it's plastic, and you flick the picture, and you get to see different pictures. They're gonna make a movie about that.
Again, I am a broken record right now. That works as a horror movie.
I was gonna, but also it doesn't. That's very flimsy as a premise for a horror movie.
Have you not seen it, but do you know of the movie where it's like they take a picture of something and it shows?
Is that the Bagul?
No.
Oh, what is? Isn't the Bagul? He shows up in the photos and he kills you.
Yes, but not that simple. There's one. I think it's called Shutter. There's one where they can take pictures and each time they can see like ghosts or stuff if they're there.
Yeah.
Or there's also a what's it called? Twilight Zone episode where they take a picture. They take a picture with the camera. They look at the picture. It shows them the future, and then the future happens because it's the future. So it'd be like they take a picture, they look at it, and it's like them dead on the sidewalk, and then they're like startled by it, and they like trip and fall out the window and land on the sidewalk, that kind of thing.
Whoa.
So I think they could do something like that with it.
Okay. Yeah, there's more here than I thought there would be, I guess. What they're probably going to end up doing is they use the Viewmaster to go into different realities. I bet that's what they do, because multiverses are huge right now.
They're very huge right now.
It would be cool, I guess, but it wouldn't be good. I don't trust Mattel, of all people, to make a multiverse movie in this day and age that stands out from the rest.
If Mattel continues to just give their directors a lot of control,
Yeah.
I don't know if they have all the say in that, or if it's whatever studio's filming it.
It's probably a combination of both. I imagine the contract that they have, I think it's with Warner Brothers.
Okay.
Well, this is with MGM.
Oh.
So I think the Mattel can probably shop around their ideas to whoever. But I imagine within the contract, they have a say. Like, you can't make a Barbie movie where you're just burning Barbies for 2 hours. Like, they probably have script approval. But yeah, I don't know. It could be good. But that being said, like, all these movies, in essence, are advertisements for the toy.
Yeah.
Like, Barbie wasn't, because Barbie was actually a well-made, well-thought-out premise using Barbie. But, like, I think we've talked about it. But the reason I think video game movies aren't great, and they never will be, is because the video game industry is massively bigger than the film industry. So they don't actually need the movies to be good to support their product. I think they're just glorified commercials for
they definitely are at some points.
And like the Ninja Turtles movie from this year didn't do that well financially, but in terms of merchandising, it made like $1 billion in like a month or something.
Oh, then yeah.
But no one's gonna go out and buy a Viewmaster after this. They're not gonna see this movie. I mean, unless it's incredible. But even then,
it's too like old of a technology, I feel like, because now we have like legitimate VR stuff. So
yeah, you give a kid a Viewmaster, they're gonna look at it for 1 second and then ask for your phone. But like,
instead of an iPad kid, a Viewmaster kid.
They could make. It's kind of weird that Viewmaster hasn't come back as like a VR platform. If Mattel were smart, they probably would do that. But also, the technology is not quite there yet, and no one's gonna buy that one. If they're gonna buy a VR thing,
they just make like a software that has like location and stuff. There might be a Google Earth thing you can do in VR. I don't know. Maybe. So the next one is Chatty Cathy and Betsy Wetsy. We're just gonna move past whatever that is. Okay. I didn't know what to say.
I don't know who they are. I don't know who those dolls are. They're just American Girl dolls. Again, so another Barbie movie. They're going to make a Thomas the Tank Engine movie.
That'd be lit.
Which I don't think is owned by Mattel.
Oh.
I started on a New Yorker article, and now I'm on Screen Rant because it just laid it out slightly nicer for me. But this is the one that would be good, I think. If any of them are going to be good, it'd be the Uno one. But if a second one was going to be good, it would be the Thomas the Tank Engine movie, because you can just make a Thomas the Tank Engine movie.
Yeah, they already have
all
a
you
show
have to do.
And stuff. You just do that again.
And apparently it's going to mix live action and animated elements. Don't do that. Just pick one. Doesn't matter.
I always go No, I always lean towards animation when you're making a movie, if you can, because you can do so much more.
Yeah, but they don't do as well typically. So studios are like an animated until Spider-Verse, really, like,
which is crazy to me. Why?
I don't know.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
Because like all the other animated like Marvel movies are like the DCAU, they're all straight to DVD except for The Killing Joke.
I do like those ones.
Yeah, but like they're not in terms of quality as good as the live action ones. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're way better, but financially they don't do nearly as well.
Yeah, I mean the fact they don't make the companies as much money would make sense.
Yeah,
but I don't understand why so many people when someone makes an animated thing will always be like, oh, we need a live action of this, and I'm like, why?
Yeah,
that limits almost everything.
Right. Like the budget for, if you wanted to make Into the Spider-Verse or Across the Spider-Verse live action, it would be the biggest budget of all time if you want to make it look as good as that.
And you're still going to have to cut off certain things that just aren't realistic. And like,
like
the way they're swinging, you can't do that.
Yeah. And like the various animation styles, you can do that in live action.
Like it's either exclusively CGI, which is just not important.
Live action.
No one wants to see that.
Yeah. Okay, so my pitch for the Thomas the Tank Engine movie, it's a multiverse story where Thomas the Tank Engine is the only thing capable of traveling through multiverses.
Or it's Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness with Thomas the Tank Engine.
Or he can just travel like the rails that he's on. He can go in and out of the animated universe. So he brings children to the animated universe, and then they get trapped there. And then it's a horror.
He kidnaps people.
It's Lord of the Flies.
Oh, I'd watch that.
Okay, next is something called Big Jim.
Is he a big guy? Is it a
Honestly,
big guy
or looks pretty small?
No. Is it one of those like flexible buff guys thing?
He doesn't even look that buff, if I'm being honest. The legendary 1970s action figure Big Jim will be getting its own feature film at some point in the near future. The project is reportedly set to be developed by Dan Mazer. Don't know who that is. Sure, he's great though. No other details about the Big Jim movie are currently known. Whatever, who cares about Big Jim?
Yeah, he just looks like a slightly buffer Ken.
Oh, did you look him up?
It did.
Did you know that? Do you mind if I spoiled Transformers: Rise of the Beast for you?
I mean, I was planning on watching it any day now, but
I mean, me too. But I got this spoiled for me, so now you have to know. The end of that movie, and this is incredible to me, G.I. Joe shows up.
Actually?
Yeah. Well, actually, no, not G.I. Joe. The franchise. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's actually Channing Tatum, but
See G.I. Joe?
No, Bruce Willis is G.I. Joe. In the first, he's Duke. Channing Tatum is Duke, and then he
Okay.
dies. So the first one came out whenever it came out. Obviously, I do that all the time. Like every one of our videos, I say that movie came out whenever it came out, which is nothing. It's just me saying nothing.
Yeah, but I mean, I assume you don't know when it came out, so
That's why I say it, because I think I do, and then I don't. So G.I. Joe, the first one came out, let's say 2008, right?
Okay.
Channing Tatum was not a big star at that point. He was a Duke. And then G.I. Joe Retaliation, also G.I. Joe Rise of the Silver Surfer, came out in 2015, and
Okay.
Channing Tatum was a huge star by that point. So either they couldn't get him back, or they like couldn't afford him, something like that, but they kill him. And then it's a movie about The Rock, who plays probably The Rock, I guess. And then at one point they go to the original G.I. Joe's house, which is Bruce Willis. So
Wow, I should have watched that.
no, I mean, now you have to because it's part of the Transformers universe. But
yeah, that's my favorite universe, probably.
I mean,
I've seen the first 3.
Have you seen Bumblebee?
No.
Me neither, but apparently it's great. Or
Probably
at least
the good one.
better. But Rise of the Beasts is apparently good too. They're doing a new continuity.
With beasts.
Yeah. Apparently there's like a robot ape in it, which sounds amazing.
I mean, I've seen the trailer.
I don't even think I have. Have you heard about the Transformers movie that comes out, I think, next year or in a couple years? It's animated.
No.
It's about Optimus Prime and Megatron when they were friends, I think. It's like their origin story, but Chris Hemsworth is playing Optimus Prime.
Oh,
it's
cool.
It's like college days Transformers.
I would watch that, especially if it's animated. I trust it.
If it's animated, it might be good, because Sony especially, somehow, how are they so bad at making Spider-Man movies, but then if they animate it, they're great?
I guess just Sony Pictures.
Yeah.
Or is there Sony Animation, probably?
Yeah, I think it's Sony Animation and Sony Pictures, but didn't they make the Ninja Turtles movie, which is amazing, supposedly? Wow. Anyway, the final one that Mattel is going to make, they shouldn't have ended with this one, because who gives a shit? It's Matchbox, which is another popular toy car brand.
Oh, I was thinking like cigarettes, and I'm like, wow, not cigarettes, matches, like a matchbook.
Oh, and they're alive. They have little faces.
Yeah.
And it's like a sausage party, but they get set on fire.
And then they just like get shorter and shorter. And that's such a good analogy for aging, don't you think?
Yeah, and for matches. Oh my God,
I'm so excited. This is going to be the next 10 years, the new MCU.
What do you think is going to be the next big cultural phenomenon? Because it was the MCU, and then it was superhero movies in general, but mostly the MCU.
Yeah,
that's not going to go away
doesn't
soon.
pick it up.
Yeah, but there's going to be something else that dominates the box office. And like, do you think it's video game movies? It might be.
If they start, because I mean, Sonic's starting to do well. Mario did fine. I mean, it did really good money.
The Last of Us is getting, I haven't seen it yet, but apparently it's amazing.
So that's a good guess, actually. I could see it doing that.
I have a few guesses. So I think it's either going to be video game movies. It's not going to be toy movies, I'm pretty sure. Because we already did Transformers, and that was big for a day. But now that's in the G.I. Joe universe. I'd watch it 100 times. It's either going to be video games or anime.
I could see anime, too. That's already really big, though.
Yeah, but they're going to start, because they've been making live-action versions of the anime.
Mm-hmm.
Like One Piece just came out, which is apparently an amazing TV show and comic or manga. Mango? What's it called? Manga?
You were right, yeah, until you said mango.
Well, I was unrelated. I was just thinking about something else.
Mangoes, perhaps?
No, actually. But yeah, I mean, what's going to define or decide what the next big thing isn't going to be necessarily critical reception or what fans like think it's going to be whatever makes the most money.
Yeah, it's going to be whatever corporations are like, oh, this made money, let's keep doing it, and then they make too many.
Yeah, because theoretically it could have become live action Disney remakes if those movies were doing better, but they're not.
That's more evidence towards live actions are stupid.
Yeah.
Well, if you're trying to adapt something where you literally like you have to restrict yourself, like why are you doing that?
I don't know, but it's probably going to be video games. But again, I don't care about video game movies. Like, I'd rather play them, and they're never that good.
Yeah,
but
it's
anime,
definitely
I love.
It's more fun to play a video game, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, Netflix dipped their toes in making interactive stuff.
Did they? What they made? Oh, the Crocodile Dundee one? Well, no, it's not Crocodile
what?
Dundee.
Black Mirror?
What's his face? Oh, no, they did another one. It's got Bear Grylls.
Bear Grylls.
Yeah, you know that guy?
I do.
He's either a chef or he's an adventure guy.
He's an adventure guy.
And I think there's I don't know if Netflix did it actually, but there's a Choose Your Own Adventure, Bandersnatch style Bear Grylls adventure.
Oh, cool. Yeah, they have a lot of those. And they had the Triviaverse one, if you ever played that.
No, I don't know what that is. Did you tell me about this? I think you
did.
It
asks you questions and you answer them. It's trivia,
yeah.
But you can get like a score and stuff. That's fun.
I mean, Netflix has been doing video game TV shows for a while. There's that Castlevania one.
Oh, yeah.
There are other ones.
Maybe video game animes will be the new.
There's a Cyberpunk
Status Quo.
Yeah, maybe.
Apparently it's really good.
I don't want to watch it, though. I've got too much on my plate. Too many mangoes on my plate.
Just get a bigger plate. Slate.
Wow, you're a glass half full kind of guy.
Yeah.
I'm a glass half full, but with nothing. Glass half full of nothing kind of guy.
Wow. You always need that extra room.
Oh, apparently, do you want to read this? It's a clickbait article. Mattel executive flew to Barbie set to yell at Margot Robbie and Greta Gerwig. I just got a text from the Mormon, sorry. But they changed his mind about one key scene. Let's find out what scene it was.
I'm gonna try to guess it.
Yeah, try to guess.
I assume it's controversial then.
I don't know. You haven't found it.
Well, okay, so
he deemed a scene too off-brand. He flew from London to the film set to make his feelings known, but Margot did the performance for him, and he changed his mind.
Maybe
fucking hate. I don't care about the trailer. Screen Rant, you suck. Now I have to fucking sign in.
I have no idea.
God damn it.
I could see the end of the movie maybe where she chooses to like not be Barbie anymore, but that's not, I guess the only off-brand thing is, you know, she's no longer Barbie. Maybe the part where things start going bad for her.
I don't know, I can't find it, but
maybe
apparently they probably are, and I can't even see the thing anymore very well because there's a pop-up that makes me sign in. Oh my god, I hate the internet so much.
See, this is why I don't read.
You just do audiobooks?
Yeah.
All right, apparently there's a Time cover story, so I'm clicking to that. Oh, how Barbie came to life. I know how it came to life. I watched the movie.
Yeah.
They got Margot Robbie.
Guess the tune that you just sang. Anytime I'm like tapping a rhythm,
that song?
It's almost always that song. Yeah.
That's like, if I had to pick one song that's been stuck in my head the most, it's probably that, or the Cantina song from Star Wars.
No, mine's either the Mario one or it's Through the Glass by
Looking at you through the glass.
Was it Stone Sour or something?
Yeah, that movie that song pops into my head like randomly once every few months, and I'm like, how did I forget about that?
Friggin' what is it? Divorced dad rock goes hard.
Oh, is that what the genre is?
That's what people start calling it, I think. Yeah.
Oh, I genuinely would read this whole article, but I have to scroll through because of content, you know?
What do you mean by content? Like ads and stuff?
Yeah, no, for our content.
Just read it. I'll pick it up. I'll start saying.
Can I do Control F on my phone? Do you know how to do that?
Click on the tab. Hold the tab down.
Hold it down?
Yeah. I don't actually know. I'm guessing.
Oh, great.
I've definitely done it before, though.
Okay. Well, apparently everyone joined on because of the script, which makes sense. Oh, here we go. Oh, fun fact. So Barbie's move to Hollywood is the brainchild of Mattel CEO Ynon Kreiz. I didn't say that correctly. How do you say Ynon? That's his first name or her first name. I don't know.
I could see Ynon.
Well, that's a cool name, Ynon.
Ynon, but I don't know.
Jenkins. All right, screw it. You know what I want to make a video about? And you can be in this if you want. But I want to do one about I want to rank and critique all the various multiverses.
I mean, I enjoy ranking stuff. You
want to do that right now?
We can.
Okay.
Seamless transition.
How long has this been? Who cares? I'll figure it out.
An hour.
This might be another podcast, or maybe it'll just be part of the same one. It'll take a very big turn. We're going to go through and rank all the various multiverses currently populating the cinematic landscape.
Cool.
What do you want to start with? What was the first one?
I don't know if this is the first one. It's probably the most obvious one, though, is the MCU.
Oh, I know what the first one is, but we're going to end with that because I think it's the best one. So, yeah, the MCU tapped into the multiverse in Avengers Endgame, right? That was its first foray.
Technically, no.
I mean, technically, they were timelines, but that's...
Yeah.
What's the difference?
It was the same timeline.
Okay, fine. But they mentioned that if you change it, it branches off.
Oh, yeah. I guess in Infinity War, he was like, I looked at X amount of possibilities.
Okay, so...
I still don't know if that's multiverses or timelines. Because, wait,
the MCU is pretty... I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. The MCU usually is like the trailblazer for things like this. Like, they trailblazed having Iron Man in your movies. They trailblazed...
that happens all the time now.
I think it kind of does. Like, there are a bunch of like streaming movies about an Iron Man character. Like Owen Wilson did one where he's like a dad, but he's an Iron Man dad.
What does that even mean? Like,
I don't know. I haven't seen it. Just making this up.
Oh, you would. Are you talking about Loki? He's an Iron Man dad.
He's an Iron Man dad. But what do you think about the MCU multiverse? I think it could have been good.
I think
I'm not saying it's gonna be bad, but
solid potential just because they have so many other like movie things they've made. So just banking off of nostalgia, it works.
Right. So how should we rank? Like, we'll rank these.
Handled well.
I think it's been handled decently. You know what I mean? Like Loki, I guess, opened the multiverse.
Loki handled it great.
Yeah, and then immediately after Loki season 1, we got What If, which is a good way to illustrate how the multiverses work for a public that might be confused. Then we got No Way Home, right?
Yes, there is one in between, I think, Eternals, but that is unrelated.
Oh yeah, we're skipping Eternals. There's no multiverse in that probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, then we got No Way Home, which showed that the potential of the multiverses by showing us old Spider-Man actors. and open up the possibility of like, oh, we might see the Fox characters from the old universes. Maybe we'll see Ben Affleck's Daredevil. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe we will. Future prediction.
Yeah. Can you hear that?
Can you hear what?
Meek barking?
No.
Okay, good. And then we got Multiverse of Madness, which not mad enough, but still fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed the movie, but it definitely didn't.
I don't think it pushed the multiverse that as far as it could have.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that the MCU multiverse has going against it is it's not the only franchise doing this right now. So I feel like the audience is going to tire of the whole concept fairly quickly.
I think I already have. If I'm honest.
In part because of what I think is by far the best multiverse narrative, the Flash movie. DC is doing it, but DC is doing it
as a reboot.
I think this is. Can you hear that one? You just freaking flip out. The DC movies are usually a response to other things because they're so far behind.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they were doing the multiverse as a way to like. Oh, Spider-Verse was before the MCU, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah,
that might be the best. Honestly,
Spider-Verse might be the best, but I prefer one. Well, maybe
I know exactly what you're talking about. I think.
Are you thinking Everything Everywhere All at Once?
I am thinking
that is fucking spectacular. I don't know if it handles the multiverse like it handles it well, but just as like a movie, just as a standalone thing, it's bonkers. It's amazing.
I gotta rewatch that movie.
Yeah, you should. You didn't think it was the best movie of that year because you're wrong, and you need to watch it 100 more times.
I don't even remember what other movies came out that year.
Top Gun Maverick.
Haven't seen that.
Okay, well the Banshees of Inisherin.
Haven't seen it.
I think Bullet Train was your top movie.
It might have been. That was a really good movie.
Yeah, Bullet Train is pretty good.
And I actually saw it, so that helps.
Yeah. Everything Ever All at Once just does a multiverse narrative very well. It's Oscar winning. It's the best acted of all of them. Might be the most tightly written, that or Loki or Spider-Verse, obviously. But I don't know if that's my favorite because of the DC movies, obviously.
Well, The Flash is incredible. Greatest movie of our generation, maybe.
Greatest movie that came out that day. That's probably not even true.
Yeah, I don't know what other movies came out, but it's...
Well, yeah, they're doing that as a reboot, but who gives a shit?
Yeah, I know like the comics do that a lot, especially with like the Flashpoint and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so, that's how
that
comics.
Movie's great. The Flashpoint.
You
paradox.
Heard of the what's it called? The event treadmill or something? It's a phenomenon in comics where after the death of Superman, like sales skyrocketed because it's like a huge event, and they wanted to recapture that, so they did another event later on. I don't know what it was, but like they're trying to capitalize on people buying it because it's like a big universe event, and it never does as well. So they just keep doing it, and the duration between the two events is getting shorter and shorter. So you're caught in this treadmill, just doing event after event. So like after Endgame, everyone's like, well, what's the next big thing? And very quickly we're getting this next thing. Like I think that's going to hurt the MCU and like the whole multiverse phenomenon.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. And one of the videos I watched recently by, I think it was Patrick H. Willem, which I texted you about.
H. Willems, yeah.
Yeah, no, he's really good. But he was discussing his distaste for the word content and being used as when you're like just creating stuff. And it kind of makes sense because he's arguing that when corporations started to call everything content, it puts everything in the same boat.
Right. That's a really good point.
It kind of like in situations like this, you just had this great of like, you had the first 3 phases, you had a great saga,
right,
and it ended really well, and everyone's excited and stuff. And then they proceeded to throw out so much shit with very little care that ended up screwing themselves.
Well, apparently
just
what happened,
for the sake of having a lot of content. Like while
I'm saying this part, go to my YouTube channel real quick. Just look at it. So Endgame is like the second highest grossing movie of all time. Yeah. And after that, Bob Iger of Disney was like, okay, well, why don't we just make that 3 times a year? Why don't we just do that again? As if you can just do it again. So that's why they upped the quantity instead of quality. Did you find it?
I don't know.
Oh. You don't know if you saw. So Patrick H. Willems would hate me right now.
Yeah, he would.
It's okay though. What is he gonna do?
I mean, he obviously has no intent on making people stop using the word. He was just saying how he dislikes it.
No, it's a really fascinating kind of point to raise because
and it made sense.
And I think that's in a roundabout way what all those old men are trying to say when they're criticizing Marvel. They're like, Marvel's,
that's what he quoted Martin Scorsese.
Like, this is like a Marvel movie is a roller coaster. It's a theme park ride, and like it's not film. And people were like, fuck you, old man. Like, what do? You make gangster movies and mob movies, which he does more than that, obviously. But like, if you group Avengers Endgame in with or any MCU movie, especially like the very average middling ones to bad ones. Like if you put Thor Love and Thunder right next to Killers of the Flower Moon and you say those two are equal, then yeah, I can see why that is not a good thing. There needs to be a distinction between formats and quality.
And even just like calling something content seems less like it's something people worked really hard for and more just something that is, I guess.
Well, apparently, I think it's Jason Bateman's sister. Can't remember her name, but I think she works in the industry.
Okay.
She revealed that she had been pitching shows to like networks and like production studios, and they were responding with, "This is too engaging." Because what they're looking for nowadays, I think they call it second screen content, where you can be using your phone while you watch it. Like right now, I'm rewatching It's Always Sunny, and I've seen it in entirety probably 3 times. So I have no problem going onto my phone to like, if I have a thought or I want to like write something down or, you know, text someone.
Do homework during it.
Yeah. Like I have no problem doing that. If I want to edit a video while I'm watching that show, it's fine. And now like corporations are looking for that kind of stuff, which is kind of not good.
It's bad. It's very bad. It's a very interesting video. So any listeners out there, we'll watch some Patrick A. Willis.
Oh shit. We got, you know, we talked about the Brussels listener.
Yeah.
We now have a few in Brazil, in Mexico.
Wow. We're going international.
We're going international. We're not even local yet. What was I going to say? I think the problem with the multiverse that everyone who does this is going to have to face, it's like the multiverse is infinite, right? Which is very hard to make stakes for. Like if in Kang Dynasty, if they end up making that, we see a bunch of Kangs at the end of Quantumania, but there's an infinite number of them. Technically, there's an infinite number of Kangs out there. And there'd also be an infinite number of universes that don't have a Kang. So like this movie is just going to be, either they're going to have to find a way to limit that or just acknowledge that there's an infinite number of them, which brings me to what I think is the best multiverse in media right now, which is Rick and Morty. And here is why.
Yeah.
Do you remember in the scene where evil Morty is president and then he tries to like, he kills all the Ricks and stuff? And then we learn about the central finite curve, which in the Rick and Morty universe is one of the Ricks segmented off or sectioned off every multiverse where he is the smartest man in the universe from all the other multiverses or all the other universes, which I think is genius. The idea that like, I was thinking that actually, I guess in his universe, he is still the smartest somehow.
Okay.
But the idea that you take a multiverse and like to get around the fact that like, okay, well, God damn it, Brianna, did I lose you?
No.
Okay, hold on. How do I go back to full screen? Brianna,
double click it.
Double click what?
Just anything on Zoom.
Okay, it's not working. I just pinned you though.
Fault.
No, it's not. It's your fault. It's your fault of anything.
What? That's how I do it. If I double click it,
I can just click on the Zoom.
I have a mouse though, so maybe that's why. Nope.
And you don't have a Mac. What was I saying? I was right in the middle of something very profound.
I have an actual computer. No. You were discussing
the central finite curve. Yeah. Like that is a clever way to get around the fact that there'd just be an infinite number of variations on this. Like there'd be an infinite number where Morty's the smartest or Jerry's the smartest or none of it is real. So like to section off like, okay, well everyone where Rick is the best is in this television show. Like that's pretty much how it is. And I think if they did that for Marvel or something like, okay, well one of the Kangs. Hey,
my treadmill got delivered.
Okay.
You help me with it.
I'm doing something. Want to say hi to Rhys?
Hi, Rhys. Sorry.
Hello.
I think it'll be okay out there. I don't want it to get stolen.
Well, where is it?
In front of our garage.
No, it'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can.
What do you think?
I can fill it with random noises for however long.
What would you do? Just
I'd start singing.
What would you sing?
I'll try to.
Okay.
No, she's gonna hurt herself.
She probably is, but we're doing something. God damn, what was I saying? Oh yeah, like
same.
They could just say stuff. Like one of the Kangs. They sectioned off all the universes where he is in power, and that's kind of the conflict that they're dealing with.
Well, it also like they might not be in power in every universe, but that might not matter because
I guess
the Kangs are powerful enough they can take over those universes where that Kang doesn't help, or they can
like eradicate.
True, they could cause an incursion.
Yeah. What are your predictions for the MCU? What do you think is going on there?
I have no idea. When you started talking about the central finite curve, I was curious. I think it'd be cool if they could kind of do like a soft reboot on the universe where it's a bunch of people who just escaped Kang by I guess passing through it and then like making it so he can't get into the universe. So they don't win,
that'd be good.
But they just escape to a universe that's like a new start and then they lock him out in some way.
Right. Well, I do think they're going to do a soft reboot, but I think what they're going to do is, you haven't seen the Marvels, have you?
Mm-mm.
Do you know about the after credit scene?
No.
Okay, good. Did you watch my TikTok about it?
No, I think I saw that it was about the Marvels and skipped it.
Okay, good. Well, no, I can't even say what I was going to say because it'll spoil that. Shouldn't have let in with that.
I can just take my headphones off.
No, we've talked about this
up.
we've talked about this before, but I think what they're going to do is they're going to have the Fantastic Four universe separate from our universe, and then the Kang Dynasty, I don't know what that's going to be, but it's going to end with those two universes. Like maybe the conflict of that is those two universes are having an incursion, so they have to combine the two universes into one, which is Battle World, I guess, and then at the end of that, they'll just like remake a universe, but the Fantastic Four and the X-Men have existed the entire time, or they didn't exist the entire time, which is a way they can implement, like, because the mutants in the comics are a parallel to the civil rights movement. So oftentimes they deal with like bigotry, like people hate them because they're different. But in the MCU, like they're like every superhero is kind of like a celebrity. So it wouldn't really make sense if the mutants show up and they're like, no. But if they combine the MCU with this other universe, the people in the MCU, not the heroes obviously, but like the civilians might hate the other because they're from that other universe. They're like, you don't belong here, get away from us, sort of thing.
Yeah, no, that would work well, I feel like.
Yeah, and then they can introduce Galactus, which I think is how they should do it, because Galactus is the sole survivor. They should lose.
Die in the end of this universe so that people can't be like, bring him back, continue it.
Did you hear Anya Taylor-Joy is rumored to be the villain in the Fantastic Four movie, and people are pissed. People are like, I swear to God, if they make her the Silver Surfer, that'll be the end for me.
No,
like, why is that? That's true. But they're like, you can't take one of the most important cornerstones of the Marvel comics and make them a woman. Like, don't gender swap that. I won't allow it. And I'm like, first of all, if you're a comics fan, like, yeah, you know of the Silver Surfer, but he's not one of the most popular characters. Like, the average person isn't going to notice or care if they gender swap it, as long as the character is good.
Yeah, like you can keep the exact same character. It does not matter.
Like, you really don't have to change that. Yeah. I guess maybe they're like, I don't want to make, this is me pretending to be a bad Marvel Reddit person for every listener out there. Maybe they're like, well, we don't want to have another crazy powerful character, but it's a woman. Like, we already got Captain Marvel and shit. So like, don't make another one. Because my original idea back in like 2019 for like the Captain Marvel sequel was have her fight Silver Surfer, just like the silent character who, because Silver Surfer is probably more powerful than she is.
Yeah.
So like the idea that Captain Marvel's out there in space doing shit, and then out of nowhere comes like a silver dude on a surfboard, goes to a planet, and then the planet disappears pretty soon after. Like, we don't know about Galactus. Captain Marvel doesn't know about Galactus, and then she goes to face this guy and gets trounced. But then she has to, like, she doesn't get trounced. She can hold her own for a bit, but like it's a comparable villain for
she
her.
gets trounced.
She would. I mean, in the comics at least, he's unbelievably overpowered. But and then we find out about Galactus, and then they team up and then become Galactus, the two of them. But would you cast Anya Taylor-Joy as?
I am trying to think of Fantastic Four villains, and
Lady Death, not really a Fantastic Four specific villain
itself.
Yeah, do you know about Lady Death?
I was gonna say, I know it's a character.
She's in love with Deadpool,
and then
and then Thanos is jealous.
For her.
Yeah,
but you said it wasn't a Fantastic Four villain. That's why I was a little confused, because I'm like, I can't see her having a quarrel with them.
Yeah, what are they doing in hell?
Yeah,
Fantastic Four. It could be a Black Swan. I said a Black Swan. There's a character called Black Swan who is sometimes part of. Yeah, she's sometimes part
Natalie
of.
Portman
and Mila Kunis. Yeah, we did it. Black Swan is sometimes part of Thanos' Black Order, but in the lead up to Secret Wars and in Secret Wars, Black Swan has a lot to do with the multiverse, and she kind of looks like Anya Taylor-Joy, or Anya Taylor-Joy kind of looks like Black Swan, so it could work.
I'm pulling up some Fantastic Four villains, and first one that I think is Mole Man. We already have Namor, and I doubt they'd have her as like Namorita or anything.
We already have a Namorita.
Namora. Who is Namora?
Oh yeah, we don't have Namorita, do we?
Do we
have
remember.
Namora or Namorita?
I don't know the difference.
I don't know if there is a difference. There definitely is, but I don't know. She's not going to be that though. She could be. People are saying just bring her back as Magic from New Mutants. That racist child from that movie.
That doesn't not work.
No, I mean it works,
though, right?
Yeah, I don't know why they'd fight. And also, let me put that as our thumbnail.
If you want. I'm just looking how white my forehead is.
What was I going to say? The Fantastic Four are crazy, like how powerful they are. They can beat anyone, basically.
It genuinely confuses me half the time.
Yeah, some people are saying, no one's saying she should be Doctor Doom. Apparently Cillian Murphy is the front runner.
That works.
But
actually, he's too skinny. Sorry, Cillian Murphy.
Yeah, you're right. I think it's fucking make it Henry Cavill, man. Just do it. Okay, Marvel?
Yeah, but if the suit's what matters, because again, he shouldn't take his thing off.
Well, he would just be
we just need a menacing
voice anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it would just be the Mandalorian.
Murphy has a solid voice. I can't actually remember.
Oppenheimer. The German Oppenheimer. What was I going to say? Dr. Doom has a friend. No, he doesn't. Never mind.
Dr. Doom is friendless.
Dr. Doom has a little helper. That's not true either. Dr. Doom has a herald, basically. Can't think of the word. Can't remember what her name is, like Champion or like.
What does she do?
She fights Johnny Storm, and then sometimes they have sex, and then sometimes it's revealed that she only had sex with him to get back at Dr. Doom. It's a whole thing.
But what
Johnny
is her
Storm falls in
with
love.
Dr. Doom?
Just someone who lives in what's that place? I can't think of it. Holy crap! What is happening?
The palace. I don't remember what country.
Latveria. She lives in Latveria. Like she grew up there, and then she loves Doctor Doom because everyone in that country does.
Mm-hmm.
And then she sometimes helps out and fights the Fantastic Four because he imbues her with powers and stuff. I don't remember what her name is. She could be that.
Helper, assistant, sidekick, apprenticeship.
I'll look it up. Who else is on that list though?
Oh, I think I got rid of it because there's too long. Oh, there it is. I don't know half of these. I'll be honest.
Just read them off. I'll tell you if I know who they are.
Okay, well, this is from Wikipedia. We have Mole Man, Skrulls, obviously.
Okay, Skrulls are done.
Miracle Man, Namor, Doctor Doom, Kurgo, Puppet Master, Impossible Man. Why are so many of them? Red Ghost, Mad Thinker, and his awesome android.
Okay, I think Victorious is her name, like that TV show.
Who? The Doctor Doom's person.
She could be Victorious.
Yeah, I mean that would work.
I guess she could be
How can people
the awesome android?
Anya Taylor-Joy. Let her be in whatever she wants.
I also it's crazy to me. I saw this news article. I was looking at like the comics, or not comments. Mm-hmm. And people were just being like heinous. Like first off, people were saying this thing about like, oh, if they make her Silver Surfer, like I'm done. That's the line. And then people were like, what happened to her face? She used to be pretty, but now she looks like a mummy. And I was like, I was like, this is just blatant sexism. Like, what? This is a horrible thread.
That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah. I'm like, she's a great actress. She was the best part of New Mutants. I loved how racist her character was. That's not true.
I don't love
that at all. I didn't notice that in the movie, and then I saw a video of it, and apparently she's like really racist.
Like Emily from Emily in Paris.
Oh yeah, fucking Emily in Paris. Get out of Paris, Emily.
Yeah, come on.
Go to school, educate yourself, read a book. Phil Collins.
I don't even think it was Emily who was racist. I think it was the writers.
The show
as a whole was handled everything pretty badly, according to Friendly Space Ninja. So
that wasn't Patrick H. Willems, was it? Yeah. Do you think movies or the Marvel's ruining movies?
No. I think they're just a part of it.
I mean, I
think they're clearly showing what's happening to everyone. Like it's the clearest example, but it's not the cause.
Right. Well, when Scorsese is like, this isn't real film, like when people say Marvel is ruining cinema, like we just had the COVID-19 pandemic, like cinema's struggling, like actually going to the movie theaters is struggling a lot. And a Scorsese movie wouldn't save cinema. Like, if they really need movies to make money, like people actually go to a theater, I'm not saying don't have those kind of movies, but you need blockbusters, at least in part, to get people to drive to the movie theater, to spend an afternoon, to spend money, to buy food, to like people just don't do that for a lot of people don't do that for just any movie.
No.
And during the pandemic, like Christopher Nolan released Tenet with the idea that he was going to save cinema, and then no one really saw it. It like bombed pretty hard. Like that's not the movie to do it. Like Christopher Nolan is great. Scorsese's great. Like the Marvel movies and movies like that are crowd pleasers. Like people go in droves to see them. There's a reason that they make so much money. And I think the problem is that the studios are seeing that and then not funding art house movies and like independent, unique, original projects because like, let it make as much money. So I do understand that like the studios are giving more money to these things or to one specific part of movies or part of cinema. And I don't think that's good. Like obviously they need to allocate funds. What are you grimacing for?
Is your hair a different color?
What?
It looks blonde.
No, it's not blonde. Everyone tells me it's blonde.
Are they actually?
Yeah, I get like at least.
Wait, turn your head to the side.
Which side?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, where do I put my feet?
Left.
Okay. Am I blonde?
Okay, it looks more. I think it's just the light. It's obviously making it brighter, but that threw me off. But what you're saying, I agree with. And I know that was like partially not to speak for Patrick H. Willem because he made a whole
go ahead.
It. He's much better at.
No, he's not. We're better than Patrick H. Willems. He just he wrote out a script probably. We're just going off the fly.
Yeah, you're right. But he talks about all that and how it I think there's one quote he used and it was, we are going to go see certain things more because that's the only thing we're given. So the fact that we're constantly given these superhero movies, we're more likely to go see these superhero movies more than anything else.
Right.
And he was talking about how like 20 years ago in the beginning of 2000s, there were the like biggest hits, highest grossing movies movies were just like the movies you'd call more like artsy and that kind of stuff. Like the example he used was Rain Man. Like it's obviously not like extremely artsy, but it's a good movie.
Yeah.
But it's original. It's not like, I think it's original. It might be a book. I don't know. But it's not
I have no idea.
This huge IP sequel thing like Blockbuster. It's not a blockbuster, but it was highest grossing. But now everything pretty much has to be like an existing IP, a franchise.
Yeah, it's a brand
to be the highest grossing movie. And then that just puts everything else. And he talked about how like he didn't blame Marvel, but he used Marvel as an example for how IPs are kind of starting to screw things over, how like franchises, how streaming services especially are just putting all this like changing how corporations see film.
Oh yeah, I think the main problem that cinema faces today isn't Marvel specifically. I think it's streaming.
Yeah.
Because why the fuck would the average person go see a Martin Scorsese movie in theaters when they can just wait a few months and watch it at home for free?
Mm-hmm.
Like going to the movie theaters is inconvenient. It's a lot of fun, but like let's say like our family goes to see a movie and we get food and shit. It's like an afternoon. That's like $150 evening. Like we buy food, we have to drive there, we pay for the tickets, which are very expensive. Like I think people should go to the movies more often. Like it's an experience I don't want to go away.
Yeah.
But I can totally understand there are a lot of movies that come out where I think to myself, like, I'd rather just watch that at home so I can turn it off.
There's very few the theater experience is necessary.
Yeah. And I don't think that's Marvel's fault.
Mm-mm.
Or like it's just because our accessibility to content right now is unparalleled historically. Like we can watch anything we want in less than a minute if we want to. And that's what I think is hurting the movie going experience, because I'm not going to go see a movie, especially if I don't know anything about it. Like a lot of like art house movies, you may not have ever heard of it because like the marketing's just not there. You're not in the right, news cycle for it. And you're like, well, I'm not going to take a chance on a movie I don't know anything about. Like I recognize the Marvel brand. I recognize DC. I recognize Transformers or Fast and Furious. It's something that I recognize. So if I'm going to gamble on a movie, like odds are.
One of the things I just remembered now when you were talking about this is how
I'm just like Patrick H. Willis.
Yeah, he was explaining, and a couple people, like he showed clips of other celebrities talking about it too, but I didn't understand, even think about it until now, is there aren't really movie stars anymore. And apparently like the olden days,
Tarantino's
been
saying this shit
however many years ago, I don't remember, to gamble on a movie like that, like you were talking about, you were more likely to do it if you recognized who's in it, like the big main actor, actress. And people don't do that anymore because it's now become the brand, the movie itself, the characters themselves, not the actors. And so you aren't like, it could be an actor you love and you're like, it's fine. Or if it's a character you love, like especially Spider-Man, who I think is like the most popular superhero technically.
Yeah, I mean, he beats on merchandise sales, he always wins.
And like if they just make anything Spider-Man related, people will go see it just because they know Spider-Man, they like Spider-Man, they're like, okay, but it doesn't matter who's playing Spider-Man. Like,
well, I mean, anything. Have you seen any of the Tom Holland movies since he became Spider-Man? Have you seen The Devil All the Time?
No.
Have you seen Cherry?
No.
Have you seen the one where he voices?
I've seen Uncharted.
Oh yeah, we saw Uncharted. But like, yeah, I mean, is there any like actor or actress, just anyone in general, that if they have a new movie coming out, you will see it in theaters?
In theaters, probably not.
What about
I'd go see Jenna Ortega movies. I like Jenna Ortega.
You're the same age as her, aren't you?
Yeah.
You guys could theoretically get married.
I mean, I'd have to not have a girlfriend first, but yeah.
Well, she can be part of it too.
I'll talk to her.
No, I'm trying to think. Like, what about directors? Are there any directors where you will go see their movie no matter what?
Mike Flanagan. No.
Yeah, but he's not good enough for the
maybe Edgar
big
Wright
screen. Yeah, but I didn't see Last Night in Soho in theaters.
I didn't see it in theaters, but
I've seen everything else of his, I think. Well, since I learned about him.
Yeah, I don't
Anyway, in response to Tarantino, I think is the one who said there are no movie stars anymore. There are characters and brands and shit, which got a few responses, and I'm going to give one of each side.
I'll rebut the rebut.
Because, okay, so Chris Evans came out and said, this is true. And then Kevin Feige said, maybe for some people, but not for you. You're Chris motherfucking Evans. And then they kissed. That's not true.
Oh, that's highly romantic.
But
it's not even true though.
What do you mean?
He is kind of a movie star, but I still don't I don't think people would go watch a movie because he's in it.
Not exclusively.
Yeah.
But then Simu Liu, is that his name? The guy who plays Shang-Chi?
I don't know how to pronounce it, but that is.
He responded to Tarantino saying, the movie stars that you're referring to are pretty exclusively white, aren't they? Which is also true.
Yeah.
Like in film nowadays, we're getting a lot more diversity, which is great. I don't know if that's like, I don't think Tarantino was saying like, let's get back to the white movie stars. I think he's just saying like people used to go see an Arnold movie. Like the only movie star nowadays, Tom Cruise, maybe The Rock up until recently.
I think Patrick H. Willems showed like a list of the top 100 movie stars ranked by someone. I forget who. But majority of them were like over like 40 years or something like that.
Right.
Like, there's very few young movie stars, I feel like, because we don't create them anymore.
No, maybe Timothée.
Yeah.
People love him.
I can see Tom Holland, maybe.
No.
Not really. He might become one. Zendaya.
Yeah, I don't know. Everyone always corrects me no matter what I say. So...
Our
but also,
whatever your name is, Zendaya.
The movie stars, like I think Tarantino was referring to like the 60s and shit. Like we got what's his face from The Hustler,
Al Pacino.
Yeah, we got Pacino, right? We got Stallone, Arnold. Those are more like later than the 60s. But we had like Paul Newman. Holy shit, I'm blanking. Clint Eastwood. That whole group of people. Those are pretty good movies. But like the 80s and 90s, like the Arnold and Sly Stallone movies, they're not as good as movies are now.
No, well, some of them were.
Well, I mean, okay, whenever people say, wait, what? Hard Rock? What's that?
Rocky.
Oh, Rocky. I haven't seen it. I don't know how I have not seen Rocky, but I just haven't.
Imagine Real Steel and put Sylvester Stallone in it instead.
No. Did you know that Sly Stallone sold his dog to help because he couldn't afford to feed him anymore? And then he made Rocky and then went and bought a dog back.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, he also did a porn, The Italian Stallion.
Who directed
it? Probably himself.
Damn. Then I won't see it.
I don't know. People are also saying that movies are worse now than they've ever been.
Some of them, because they're content.
That's the thing, though. Like, pick any year or decade from history. Like, if you look at 60s movies and you look like, if you just look up 60s movies on Google, you will get nothing but the best ones. But at the same time, there were a ton of movies coming out that were just so bad that people didn't bother to list them. Like, nowadays, we're getting a lot more movies than we probably ever have. Maybe not like, maybe like the silent era. You could put out like 40 a year, like per person. It takes like no effort to make a silent movie. That's not true. Sorry, guys. But
it takes more effort, man.
Yeah, because you got to be good at it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, there are movies each year that are incredible, but you may not know about them because you're just not talked about because they're not the biggest movies ever. I don't know. Just wait till we're in film. We'll change everything.
The popular movies just are no longer necessarily the really good ones, and that makes it seem like we're going downhill.
Yeah, I don't know though. What do you think deserves to be like this year? Barbie deserves to be as popular as it was. Spider-Verse does.
Agreed. Spider-Verse. Well, Spider-Verse is not insanely. I don't think it grossed that much, but I could be wrong.
I think it's third.
I think it should be first.
No, I don't know. Barbie.
I looked at that list earlier. No, I can remember this. Guardians
might.
4 is Oppenheimer. 3 might have been Guardians. I'm not sure. It was something I think I was surprised by.
The Flash.
No,
The Flash did not make. Oh shit! Do you want to?
Oh no, 3 was Oppenheimer. 4 is Guardians of the Galaxy.
And then is it Spider-Verse?
Let me look. Spider-Verse. Oh, it's 6, but it lost to Fast 10, and that's disappointing.
Yeah,
Little Mermaid 7. Quantumanian's 10. Meg 2, The Trench is 13. The Flash 17.
Where's the Flash? Did you know that Barbie made enough money?
15.
Barbie made enough money to compensate for the Flash.
Did it really?
Because the Flash cost a lot of money, did not make very much money at all. But Barbie did so well that it covered for the Flash's losses.
Ezra Miller just keeps getting banked out, you know?
Yeah,
they need punishment for something.
No one's fucking. Did you mean bailed out?
Bailed out, yep.
I was so confused. I was just gonna roll with it because I'm like, he's probably using language that I just don't understand because he's smarter
I'm bad
than
with language. That's not even true.
I don't know. Yeah, DC needs to say something about Ezra Miller, which all they've said really is we hope they do well, or we hope that they're doing better.
Well, now they are because their movie didn't matter that it flopped.
No, thank God for Greta Gerwig and Barbie.
Absolute clutch.
Remember we were talking about multiverses?
Yeah.
That was our topic.
All right, quick rank. Number 1.
Okay. Are we doing quality or we have to rank them in terms of the multiverse itself? Like the cleverness, the quality, the sense, how much sense it makes?
Which one? How many do we have? We have Rick and Morty.
Oh, we got a lot.
MCU, we have DCU.
There's Dark.
We have Everywhere.
Technically.
Hell yeah.
I saw this on Reddit or Tumblr or some shit that was like, oh, fuck that. Okay, I'm gonna look up multiverses, see what comes up. Oh, Multiverses, the game. Forgot about that. Is
we
it
count
shutting
that?
down? I mean, we
Is
can,
it?
but it's last place, obviously. I don't know. All right, we got the best one. I'm gonna say everything.
I'm taking Dark if we count Dark.
Okay. I'm gonna take everything all at once, then Rick and Morty, then Dark, then Loki / the MCU,
Okay.
then DC.
Then CW. Do we have any
Oh yeah, I
others?
forgot about DC. That counts in DC. Who cares? Yeah, we
No,
definitely do.
they're
There's so
different.
many nowadays. We got. Oh, did you know in the most recent Rick and Morty season they killed the Rick who was in Space Jam?
There was a Rick in Space Jam?
Yeah. Do you remember
Oh, I didn't
Space
know
Jam:
that.
A New Legacy? Rick and Morty show up. They find them and kill them. And they're
Okay,
like,
that's
finally,
pretty
we
funny.
killed the version of me who was in Space Jam. But
Why would they do that? That's the best Rick of them all.
no, it's not. You need
I
to
think
watch
it
that
is.
season. There's some incredible stuff in that.
I need
Season
to. I
7.
will at some point.
But also
in my
let
life.
me know right before you sign in because it's going to send me a code. I have to give you the code.
Okay, yeah, I
Yeah.
can do that, or I can wait. We'll see.
That's true. You're coming home to Europe next week
Mm-hmm.
or the week after.
Mm-hmm. That
Well,
one's closer.
I'm going to end it. Not now, but after we wrap it up, I got to do dog stuff, I think, and help Brianna because I haven't heard from her. So she might have passed out.
No,
Or
she
been kidnapped.
messaged me asking if we were done yet.
Why didn't she message me? Probably because I
She
wouldn't
might
answer.
have. Yeah,
That's true.
you
Very
ignored
good.
her call or something. So
Yeah, because I thought I was going to ruin the thing.
okay. Dark, Rick and Morty, everywhere, everything all at once, everything everywhere all at once.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like we're missing some
MCU,
very obvious ones.
DC, CW. There's so many. That's kind of, and there's probably a lot we're not.
Oh,
aware of,
Invincible.
obviously. Oh yeah, that they haven't done much with it though. That was one episode.
Yeah, but I've read the comics, so I can
I'd
say
put it above DC and CW.
I'd put it at number 1.
You have read the comics.
I'm not going to say anything about why. I don't know. They do some
It's
very interesting things with the
They have
multiverse.
Spider-Man, don't they? At some
I'm
point.
not saying anything. No,
I've seen pictures of them together, but that might have just been a spin-off comic.
I mean, he's met a few people
Okay.
from various other comics, but I'd say that's between number 1, 2, and 3, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't have Dark first. I just prefer it.
I mean, that's
most.
more of a time
but-
travel thing.
Yeah, it's less. The multiverse itself isn't like insanely drawn out, but I
Also,
just am
that's a
biased towards
spoiler,
that show.
technically, I guess.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. There's no
Multiverse and
there's
Dark.
no multiverse in Dark. What are we talking
There's
about?
no show called Dark.
Yeah, what?
It's actually
Okay.
called Dork.
Rick and Morty is number 1.
Okay. Well,
That's a
hopefully the
random
audio
rant
is
about
decent
not
on this. You don't get random
multiverses.
rants. I have rants. You get Rhys for you page.
Yeah, I said that was a random rant.
Yeah.
Like this podcast about something that was not the topic.
Oh.
It's pretty common, if I'm honest.
Yeah, we did not really cover this topic well. We'll do another one. I actually want to make a dedicated video to this where I write it out like Patrick H. Willems,
Mhm.
just to prove that I'm better.
About multiverses or about the thing?
Yeah, about the game Multiverses. Just talk about why it's the best thing in the world.
It was fun. I enjoy it.
Yeah, I forgot it existed. Remember the Nickelodeon one?
They made a
What was that
second.
one called? Did they?
Yeah, All Star Brawl. Apparently, it was held pretty high regard, but I think the Switch port is apparently really bad, and that'd be the
Wait.
only way I'd play it because it's not just on Switch.
Are you going to play the new Spider-Man game? Because you
I like
have
the
to
first
play it
one.
on the PS5, so you'd have
Yeah.
to play it while you're in Europe.
Maybe. Do you have it?
No,
Well, then
but
no.
we'd have to get it. I do want to play it. I need to play the first one,
No, I think
and I need to play.
I'll play it eventually. I'm sure.
Yeah, I need to play that new Call of Duty game.
Oh, MW3.
Yeah, I guess.
Is it a remastered?
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
it's
actually
it's entirely different. I'm pretty sure. Like,
Oh,
I know the
well, how was it
MW.
remastered?
I think it's. I have no fucking idea. I know it's like updated at least. It's like a remake master.
Like, does it have
Remaster.
the same?
I think it's the
maps?
same maps.
Oh, cool.
Actually, no. I think it has every map in the MW Modern Warfare
Oh,
series.
that's kind of cool, actually. I
Yeah.
really liked the maps in MW3, but it definitely could be nostalgia.
I mean, they were good. I remember Dome,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dome the
remember,
mall one.
Infected.
Yeah, that was my favorite. I want to play Infected.
Yeah, I
Actually,
remember the zombies mode from it, which wasn't zombies in the first game.
I don't even remember there being a zombies mode.
They didn't have one. They had one where it was like survival, where you're like on the map, and then like waves of actual human men with guns come and get you.
Oh, well, I'm sure
Yeah.
that was fun too.
Oh well, we need to play Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, we do. It's the only medium of Scott Pilgrim I technically haven't finished, so I need to do that.
Okay, we can do that. It's not that hard. I know it's supposed to be like really hard.
I beat the first level,
So
and
did
then
I.
I
So
haven't
maybe
beat
it
the
gets
second.
harder. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll upload this
Okay, have
before the
fun.
heat death of the universe.
I don't trust you on that.
I will try. Okay.
I'm joking.
I'm doing so good.
You're doing good.
We got 52 subscribers now. Isn't that
Do we
wild?
actually on the podcast or YouTube?
YouTube. I don't know about the podcast.
I don't even know how that would work, but that's
I
good.
get analytics through Acast, but I don't know who.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't tell me who subscribes. It just tells me downloads. But we've got a bunch of downloads.
That's cool. How much of them do you think's dad?
I mean, one. I don't think he would download more than one to like.
I think he
boost us.
downloaded on his computer and then his phone.
Yeah, and then his iPad, and then his
Yeah.
Apple Watch that he doesn't have. Then mom's Apple Watch.
Mom's phone.
All right. Well, see you later. What do I do? Do I end it and then the recording? No, recording.
I don't
first.
think it matters, but